Hey, what's up you guys? It's Dorothy and welcome back to my channel. If you were new, thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below what you want to see in the future. Click that subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on my post notifications so you get notified every time I post a video. In today's video, we are going to go into chapter 19 of Good Girl, Bad Blood. We are low power mode came on my phone. We are getting into some really good parts about this. I'm gonna quickly go through this because my phone just said low power mode, like I said, and hopefully we'll finish this chapter before my phone dies. If not, I will have to edit more into this video later. Let's get right into it. And as always, don't forget your daily dose of Dr. Pepper. Alrighty, this video may contain sensitive topics and foul language. If you do not wish to continue, please click off of the video now. You have been warned. Chapter 19. Pip's throat closed in on her, trapping her voice inside, concerning the words until they gave up and scattered away. All she could do was stare at the messages, unravel them, and put them back together until they made some kind of sense. Hello, Pip. You're getting closer. Connor was the first to find words. What the fuck does that mean, Pip? Her name sounded strange, like it didn't belong to her, had been stretched out of shape until it no longer fit. Pip stared at those three letters, unrecognizable, in the hands of a stranger, the stranger who was less than a mile away, was all she had to offer. She knew it was you, Robbie said, his voice coaxing Pip back to herself. She knows who you are. What does "you're getting closer" mean? Connor asked. To finding Jamie, Pip said, or finding out what happened to Jamie, she thought, which sounded almost the same but was very, very different. And Laila knew. Whoever Laila was, she knew everything. Pip was sure of that now. That smiley face, though Robbie shivered, she felt it through his fingers. The shock that had receded now, and Pip jumped into action. I need to reply. Now, she said, typing out, who are you? Where's Jamie? There was no point pretending anymore. Laila was one step ahead. Unable to send message. User not found. No, Pip whispered. No. She thumbed back to Layla's page, but it was no longer there. The profile picture and bio were still displayed, but the grid was gone, replaced with the words no post yet, and a banner of user not found at the top. No, Pip growled in frustration, the sound run angry in her throat. She disabled her account. What? Connor said. She's gone? Robbie hurried back over to Pip's laptop, refreshing Laila Mead's Facebook page. The page you requested was not found. Fuck, she deactivated her Facebook too. And Tinder, Pip said, checking the app. She's gone. We lost her. A quietness settled over the room, a quietness that wasn't the absence of sound, but its own living thing, stifling the spaces between them. She knows, doesn't she? Robbie said, his voice gentle, skimming above the quiet instead of breaking through. Laila knows what happened to Jamie. Connor was holding his head, shaking it again. I don't like this, he said, speaking to the ground. I don't like this at all. Pip watched him transfixed by the movement of his head. She knew it was me. I think Laila knows everything. It was a fake smile, the one she put on for her dad as she walked Robbie to the front door. Done with your trial update, Pickle? He asked, clapping Robbie gently on the back, her dad's way of saying goodbye reserved just for him. Yeah, just uploaded it, Pip said. Connor had gone home over an hour ago after they'd run out of ways of asking one another the same questions. There was nothing more they could do tonight. Laila Mead was gone, but the lead wasn't dead, not entirely. Tomorrow at school, Pip and Connor would ask Mr. Clark what he knew about her. That was the plan. And tonight, once Robbie was gone, Pip would record about what had just happened, finish editing the interviews, and then it would go out later tonight, the first episode of season 2. Thanks for dinner, Victor, Robbie said, turning to give Pip one of their hidden goodbyes, a slight scrunching of his eyes. She blinked back at him as he reached for the catch on the front door, pulling it open. Oh, someone said, standing on the step right outside, first floating in the air knock. Oh, Robbie replied in turn, and Pip leaned to see who it was. Charlie Green from 4 doors down, his rust-colored hair pushed back from his face. Hi, Robbie, Pip. Hi, Robbie, Pip, Charlie said with an awkward wave. Evening, Victor. Hello, Charlie, Pip's dad said in a bright, showy-offy voice that was booming, one he always switched on in front of someone he considered a guest. Robbie had outgrown guest a while ago into something more like, thank God, how can we help you? Sorry to disturb you, Charlie said, a slight nervous edge to his voice and pale green eyes. I know it's getting late and it's a school night, it's just, he trailed off, locking onto Pip's eyes. Well, I saw your missing poster in the newspaper, Pip, and I think I have some information about Jamie Reynolds. There's something I should show you. 20 minutes, her dad agreed, and 20 minutes was all it would take, Charlie had said. Now Pip and Robbie were following him down the darkened street, the orange streetlights stitching monstrous, overstretched shadows of their feet. You see, Charlie said, glancing back at them as they walked up the gravel path to the front door, Flora and I, we have one of these doorbell cameras. We've moved around a lot, and we used to live in Scranton, and we had a few break-ins there. So we installed the camera for Flora's peace of mind, and it came with us here to Fairview. I thought there was no harm in having extra security, no matter how nice the town, you know. He pointed the camera out to them, a small black device above the faded brass doorbell. It's motion sensor, so it'll be recording us right now. Charlie gave it a small wave as he unlocked the door and showed them inside. Pip already knew this house from when Zach and his family lived here. She followed Charlie into what used to be Jen's playroom, but now it looked like an office. There were bookshelves and an armchair beneath the front bay windows, and against the far wall, a wide white desk with 2 large computer monitors on it. Here, Charlie said, pointing them toward the computer. Nice setup, said Robbie, checking the screens like he had a clue to what he was talking about. I work from home, web design, freelance, Charlie said in explanation. Cool, said Robbie. Yeah, mostly because I get to work in my pajamas, Charlie laughed. My dad would probably say, you're 27 now, get a real job. Older generations, Pip said disapprovingly. They just don't understand the allure of pajamas. So what did you want to show us? Hello? A new voice entered the room, and Pip turned to see Flora in the doorway, hair tied back and a smudge of flour on the front of her oversized shirt. She was holding a Tupperware stacked 4 rows high with brownies. I just baked these for Josh's class tomorrow, but I wondered if you guys were hungry. No nuts or pretend healthy things, I promise. Hi, Flora, Pip smiled. I'm actually okay, thank you. Her appetite still hadn't returned. She had to force dinner down. But a wide, crooked smile appeared on Robbie's face as he sauntered over to Flora and picked up a brownie from the middle, saying, Yes, please, these look amazing. Pip sighed. Robbie liked anyone who fed him. No, I was just getting into... Have you shown them, Charlie? Flora asked. No, I was just getting to it. Come look at this, he said, wiggling the mouse to bring live back to one of the screens. So I was saying, we have the doorbell camera, and it starts recording whenever it detects motion, sends a notification to the app on my phone. Whenever it records, it uploads to the cloud for 7 days before it's wiped. When I woke up last Tuesday morning, I saw a notification on my app from the middle of the night. But I went downstairs and checked, and everything looked fine. Nothing out of place or missing, so I presumed it was right. It was just a fox setting off the camera, right? Again, right, Pip said, moving closer to Charlie as Charlie navigated through the files. But yesterday, Flora noticed something of hers was missing. Can't find it anywhere, so I thought I'd check the doorbell footage just in case, before it got wiped. I didn't think there'd be anything of it, but he double-checked the video file and opened the media player. Charlie clicked it into full screen and hit play. It was a 180-degree view of the front of the house, down the path to the gate they had just come through, and over the bay windows on either side of the front door. Everything was green, and all lights green and bright greens set against the darker green of the night sky. It's night vision, Charlie said, watching their faces. This was taken at 3:07 on Tuesday morning. There was movement by the gate. Whatever it was had set the camera off. Sorry, the resolution's not great, Charlie said. The green shape moved up the path, growing blurry, arms and legs, as it neared the camera. As it walked right up to the front door, it grew a face Pip knew, except for his absent black pinpoints for eyes. He looked scared. I don't know him. I only saw his picture in Fairview Mail today, but that's Jamie Reynolds, isn't it? Charlie asked. It is, Pip said, her throat constricting again. What's he doing? Well, if you look to the window on the left of the screen here in this room, Charlie pointed to it and zoomed in. I must have left it open during the day for a breeze, and maybe I thought I closed it fully, but look, it's still open, just a couple of inches from the bottom, he said. As he said that, the green Jamie on screen noticed it too, bending down in front of the window and creeping his fingers under the gap. You couldn't see the back of his head. He had a dark hood pulled up over his hair. Pip watched Jamie pull at the window, sliding it up until the gap was large enough. What's he doing? Robbie asked, leaning closer to the screen too. The brownie thing of the past. Is he breaking in? The question became irrelevant a half-second later as Jamie lowered his head and climbed through the window, his legs slipping in behind them, leaving just an empty dark green opening into his house. He's only in the house for a total of 40 seconds, Charlie said, fast-forwarding the video to a point where Jamie's lighter green head re-emerged from the window. He dragged himself outside, leaning on one unsteady leg, but he looked the same before he'd gone in. Still scared, nothing in his hands, he turned back to the window leaning into his elbows as he pushed it closed right down to the sill. And then he walked away from the house, breaking into a run as he reached the gate and disappeared into the engulfing all-green night. "What?" Pip and Ravi said together. "We only found this yesterday," Charlie said, "and we discussed it. It's my fault for leaving the window open, and we're not going to go to the police and press charges or anything. Seems like this Jamie guy has enough on his plate as it is, and what he took, well, we think he took it wasn't that valuable, only sentimental value, so—" "What did he take?" Pip asked, her eyes flickering Flora instinct, pulling a gaze to empty spaces of Flora's wrists. "What did Jamie steal from you?" "My watch," Flora said, putting the container of brownies down. "I remember leaving it in there the weekend before last, because it kept catching on the book I was reading. I haven't seen it since, and that's the only thing missing." "Is the watch rose gold with a light pink leather straps, metal flowers on the side?" Pip asked, and immediately Charlie's and Flora's eyes snapped to each other in alarm. "Yes," Flora said. "Yes, that's exactly it. It wasn't expensive, but Charlie bought it for me for our first Christmas together. How did you—" "I've seen your watch," Pip said. "It's in Jamie Reynolds' bedroom." Oh, Charlie stuttered. "I can make sure it's returned to you right away." "That would be great, but no rush," Flora smiled kindly. "I know you must be very busy." "But the strange thing is," Charlie crossed the room, past a watchful Ravi, "over the window Jamie had climbed through just a week ago. Why did he only take the watch? It's clearly not expensive, and I leave my wallet in this room with cash in it. There's my computer equipment too. None of that is cheap. Why did Jamie ignore all of that? Why just a watch that's almost worthless? And in and out in 40 seconds, and just the watch?" "I don't know. That is strange," Pip said. "I can't explain it. I'm so sorry. She cleared her throat. "This isn't the Jamie I know." Charlie's eyes fell to the bottom ledge of the window where Jamie's fingers had snuck through. Some people are pretty good at hiding who they really are. Excuse me. File name: A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, Season 2, Episode 1, Outro.wave. There's one inescapable thing that haunts me about this case, something I didn't have to face last time, and that's time itself. As it passes every minute and every hour, the chances of Jamie returning home safe and, well, getting slimmer and slimmer. That's what the statistics say. By the time I've uploaded this episode and you're listening to it, we will have passed another important deadline, the 72-hour mark, from when Jamie was last seen. In normal police procedure while investigating a high-risk missing persons case, the 72-hour mark is a line in the sand after which they quietly accept that they might not be looking for a person anymore, but a body. Time is in charge here, not me, and that's terrifying. But I have to believe Jamie is okay, that we still have time to find him. Probability is just that. Probable. Nothing is certain, and I'm closer than I was yesterday. Finding the dots and connecting them, I think everything is linked, and if that's true, then all it comes back to is one person, Laila Mead, a person who doesn't really exist. Join us next time. 5917 MB of 5917 MB uploaded. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, The Disappearance of Jamie Reynolds, Season 2, Episode 1, successfully uploaded to SoundCloud. That is the end of Chapter 19. I will see you guys for the next video for Chapter 20. Bye.